Um, Today we are going to be burning through all of my money in Shadowverse. Um, I mean, it's technically tomorrow when Worlds Beyond releases, and I probably won't be playing this anymore. Although it is like 11 p.m. my time, so it's effectively the 17th for me. Um, but when you link your account, certain things carry over or grant you stuff in a new game. So I know some of it is leaders. So what we're gonna be doing is just going through the shop and picking up stuff I like. And this will probably be a stream on the shorter end. Please load. But we're gonna check the different leaders available right now. See which ones I don't have, see if I like them, and we'll attempt to grab some of them. Also have to take into account um, how many packs I've pulled for each set, because that'll be important. You guys can also see my mouse. It's not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure I sound different right now. Might need to increase my volume. I have the stream on in the background, so it's a bit delayed for me for the response for how I sound, but I have a new mic now. Yay. But in case if you've been wondering where I've been, because I was supposed to stream part 2 and 3 of Hong Lu's Kanto and Limbus Company, unfortunately, I got really busy around that time, and I only actually got to it about 3 weeks after part two's release. And at that point, I just decided there's no point in streaming it. I just want to get through it and experience it for myself at that point. And luckily, between then and now, the microphone also arrived, so this should hopefully be an upgrade to quality for the stream. Why can't I hear Shadowverse in the stream? Something's not right. Is there no sound? I thought I turned on... No, it's maxed. Why can't I hear anything? Did I mute the wrong thing? I also have Worlds Beyond in the background. I might need to reboot the game that I think about it. Because that's really weird that the game's not making any noise. I don't hear it on my end or on in the stream either. It just occurred to me that on my end I don't hear the game at all. So I'll just reboot it. Yeah, I have Worlds Beyond running in the background because they released the game early, just not to play. Uh, they put it up so that people can get the pre-download going. So right now, I started it maybe about 15 minutes ago, and it's 25% of the way done downloading, so I didn't expect it to take this long, I'll be honest. I probably should have, but that's going on, so the stream might be struggling a bit, just because some of the network's being used for that. But it is nice that they let us do the pre-download early so that when the game releases, you can just go straight to playing. And I do expect on Tuesday to stream Worlds Beyond as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna start playing on my own first and then stream afterwards, or I stream when I start playing. Not entirely too sure what I'm gonna do there. I also noticed in the settings for Worlds Beyond, since that is on the main menu that they let you access, there is a setting for streamer mode, and it says it's for privacy settings. I'm not sure what that entails, but I'm gonna leave it on if I do start streaming when I begin the game. And when I stop, I'm going to have to turn it off and see what it reveals. It might just be like an account ID, which is definitely something I want to, not have on stream for all eternity. recorded on the internet, having my account get stolen would not be a great thing. Why is Shadowverse not booting up? Maybe I just need to open up Steam directly. It says it's running. I don't see it on the taskbar at the bottom. I still need to test the audio balance between me and the game, so I still have the stream open in the background, but since I have a new mic, I'm gonna have to do a bit of setup here. Alright, second time's a charm. I guess third, if you count when I booted it up before the stream. I can't believe it's been, I think, 5 years since I started playing Shadowverse. I started playing on the 4th anniversary of the game. And it's like, what, 2016, 2017 when the game released? Something like that. It's been a long time. Alright, let's hope this works. Seems like the mic likes picking up my mouse clicks. But, I mean, that checks out that my mouse is kind of loud. It says Shadowverse is running, but I just don't see it. It doesn't pull up on OBS either. That's really weird. Maybe if I open Task Manager, I could see what's happening. See if it's actually running or if Steam is just saying it's running. I don't like how Task Manager's not updating properly. Now it's here. It just took forever to boot up. Yeah, there we are. Just took forever. Hopefully I can hear it this time. There we go. Oh, and yeah, that's on the louder end for me. I need to turn down the volume. I don't know if it's coming through on your guys' end. it is? It's really hard for me to hear the stream now. I need to turn that down. Jeez. I don't see it coming through in the audio capture. Might need to pull something else. Where's the... It is supposed to be on Shadowverse, right? Maybe I just need to reselect it. Yeah, okay. Just have to basically turn on monitor. It should be coming through now. Might need to adjust the volume on that. I didn't realize how hard this would be able to test when I'm hearing the game twice. It's going to be overlapping a lot. But yeah, this should work. Hopefully, anyways. I might need to turn the game up a bit. I could even turn myself up, I guess, technically. The mic has a few knobs on it to increase the output. But that might also increase the range of detect sound, maybe. It might start detecting like my keyboard or something. If it wasn't doing that already. Alright, here we go. This should be solid. I'll close it on my end. Here we are. I'll just check in on Worlds Beyond every now and then to see when I can close it. I don't want to stop the download now. Oh, it looks like I still have some tickets for a throwback rotation. That must have been from the current Grand Prix. So I go ahead and use those up first. Pretty sure I don't have any other tickets. But overall, this is just going to be like a pack opening stream. I haven't been feeling as good playing Shadowverse as I did. That's more so just because Worlds Beyond is like right around the corner. Doesn't feel like too many hours here. I do still try and make a good deck for the Grand Prix. I don't like take the time to learn the deck or anything. I just kind of jump in and do just win free matches so that you can get to the next round. After that, it just get to the finals and to get more packs. Pretty much. That's all it is. I'm not trying too hard. I didn't see any there, but just in case, I'm gonna check my inventory. Right. I never used these. You get these like once a month from the daily login. I'm still not a part of the guild. I just don't know. there's no reason to. Did I show the data here? That'd be nice. It wouldn't be in the battle pass. Maybe missions? No. No. I don't do private matches. I don't have friends that play this game. The only time I ever get the private match missions done is the missions on this too. But anyways, here we go. Alright. Let's start here. Or if not, what are the leaders here? Wolfrod. I could probably check by just looking. And I like how it also tells you whether or not you have the emblem. Because you only get that stuff if you pull them from a pack. If you craft them or get a temp card from the gems, it doesn't count. I just Sean. I don't have that one yet. And then Lucille Keeper Relic Stone. That one either. Probably just shows them. Lucille, Jean, Wolfrod. Bruni, Splendid Phoenix, Magna Zero. Can I trade for Phoenix? It's a gold card. Doesn't cost as much as the rest. Already obtained. I have a lot from this set, or at least for the dragon cards. Ozumi, already obtained. Don't have the base one. I have Bash and Yggdrasil. All of them except Mars. Got all of those. Yeah, it seems like I have most of these from this set. I don't have to make them. I mean, checks out Edge of Paradise was pretty soon after I started playing. Relatively, anyways. Not Laura. By Shalendrick. I totally didn't have to pause to think about how to pronounce that. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can tell I did a lot of Edge of Paradise. I already did 430 packs. If I already claimed the first one, because after the first one it goes down to 300. So it's 1,000 for 10, 10,000. Yeah, so I have about 300 packs that I can open. This one's pretty close to being filled. I could sink in 50 here. That's a lot of leaders. Sekka, Milteo, Amy, Brilliant Fairy, Ignis, Dark Emperor. Let's see what I'm missing. Might not be much, considering. Oh, Golden Warrior and Endgame. Those. Ignis. Is my Ignis? Oh, it's Tempo. I want to have the leader version, but not the base version, of course. I have two of a leader version. Oh. Okay. Ananos. Amy. Milteo. That's a lot I don't have from here. Shadow. Bloodlust. Sacred Lion, God of Curses. Yeah, there's a decent amount from here I don't have. And Mono Crate. I still don't have this card. Sinking 50 here. Twin Fang, sure. It's a gold card in that's quite nice. Another one too. Sometimes you just get packs where it's like all bronze and all silver because that's guaranteed. Imagination realized. I'm not sure how many copies of that card I have. And the effects of a pack's opening are rather loud. I might turn it down a bit. There we go. It's probably better. Oh, second impulse. Nice. I'm pretty sure I already have free copies. I didn't, but that's just good. Oh, and there's got a curse. That's cool. I don't The legendary luck is either really good or really bad. Historically, anyway, so I think I have to start over a new set. Either I get free in back or out. So we'll see what it is today. And seeing the older sets bring quite a lot of memories of the type of decks that he used to run. I know Fudo was, he's neutral, right? Yeah, they used to be running Dragon. When Rowan was around, just because of the sheer damage he dealt with a +1. And you already ran spells anyways. You have Oracle, you have 1 cost, deal 1 damage, and adds to 4 cost, deal 3 damage. Then you draw a card if you're an Overflow. And if you're an Overflow, it adds 2 of those to your hand. I forget what it was called. It's probably maybe that was the name of the card added to your hand. Jeweled Dragon was, I don't think it was actually used with Ignis. And I it also reminds me of Armed legendary here. Also the giant raft set with chain. Just reminds me of the sheer amount of pings you're able to get. UDs being activated by turn 4. Guaranteed turn 1. Yuan existed. Not Yuan. Urias. It was basically an auto run in any blood deck. It didn't matter what you were going for, you still ran. That's how good he was. The extra draw card is it's just so nice. With that leader effect. It didn't matter if you're doing Wrath Vengeance or whatever. If you wanted the extra damage from destroying followers, it's just, you draw an extra card at your turn. It's great. Even if you're not doing like an Avarice deck, you still just run it because card advantage is insane. And there's the, was it Heartflame for Mysteria? Those were interesting days, considering pretty much like kill your opponent on turn 6 if you thin your deck enough. That wasn't going to happen. I don't think that's physically possible. But you only needed to pick for a little bit, and then for 6 play points you have a lethal. And all you need is 2 followers on the board. They could be your own followers too if need be. I remember losing the game because of that. I thought if I didn't have anything on the board, I couldn't play the spell. But no, they just play like a 1-drop and then ping it with hand spell. I forget what it was called. They had 5 or less in their deck, so it was dealing 8 damage, I think. Max power deals 8 damage. And I know Brea's version, where it also hits your followers and then your face last. I believe that caps at 9. There are 5 or less cards in your deck. like how it's just sitting on the black screen. Wait. Is that my laptop? Oh no. Oh. No, you just hit the stream too. It's green on the stream. Stream. Ugh. Why is it like this? At least my mouse shows it's not. What's happening? I still hear the game, which is good for me. Alright, control delete. Good, that pulls it. Can I hold tab? What happened? OBS is a black screen. Worlds Beyond is a black screen. Shadowverse is not responding and is a white screen. And luckily my tab with Dextry and Odyssey for the Skill Simulator is okay. Yeah, OBS is black screen, which is not great. Let's check up on Worlds Beyond. Is that why I was facing the black screen earlier? Yeah, it was. I think Worlds Beyond just tried to take over, put itself on the top layer, and that messed up everything. Wasn't expecting that, I'll be honest. Check in on Shadowverse. I'll tap into that. Why is all tap not working? On the stream it looks fine. Not responding. Fine. It's not like a white screen. Could you imagine if like downloading Worlds Beyond broke to my computer? Control delete again. See if this lets me alt. Oh, alt tab was working. I just needed to land on. I just couldn't see the options. Cool. If I do this, yeah, it's just not responding. Why? I might just close Worlds Beyond. It's oh, I minimized. It was full screen before. Why? Ew. I like how it's flashing. Pressed X on it. Yeah, it just closes. Hopefully this means Shadowverse can respond now. Yeah, OBS. It's still freaking out. It's back? No. Well, no, it's back when I hover over it, but when I actually go to it, it's a black screen. Why is it? Oh, cool. When I drag it around as a window, I see it perfectly fine. But when I leave it be, it's black. Why? Okay, I started dragging the Shadowverse tab to see if that would do anything, and then it went to a black screen. Cool. Why? I'm just gonna close the game. Should I close OBS too? And just reboot it, see if that fixes anything? Like, I'll launch up a separate instance of OBS, because I'm pretty sure I can do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, can't have anything new without a bunch of tech issues, so I guess this should have been expected. Just didn't expect it would be like this. I thought it would be more centered around the mic, like not working or it's too loud. But for some reason, I don't know. I turned on the echo, I used the echo knob. Now I sound like I have a lot of reverb, probably. I'm listening to it right now. accidentally mute myself with a button like muting me. Okay, because I pressed it once by accident, and the button for mute turned blue, and then the button, or not, the light above it, which is normally blue, just turned off. So I didn't know what that meant. Normally when you press it, the light above it's just supposed to switch between red and blue. But, oh well, this is happening now. Yeah, Shadowverse is not responding. Close. I pressed the close button. Please do this, Windows. Okay, now to boot up second OBS. It's probably quicker if I just do it from my home screen. Let me get Steam open again. Oh no. So, OBS is still doing this thing where it's only black, and it's like flashing my screen for some reason. That's not good. Shadowverse is working though, and if it shows up on the stream, I'll just... I can't access OBS anymore, I guess. Actually, no, that's not how that works. I need to reset it. Fuck. I might need to restart my laptop. I might need to restart my laptop. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh boy. Oh, that's really not good. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, it did show up on stream. Fuck. Am I back? Boy, I hope I'm back. Why am I suddenly getting a bunch of Discord notifications? Well, time will tell. Let's do this the right way and only boot up Shadowverse and not Worlds Beyond, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Hopefully, anyways. I'll have to get back to those tabs that I wanted. That was the wrong way to do that. The Etrian Odyssey skill simulator is very important to me. I may or may not have been addicted to that, despite only having like maybe 20 hours in the game. I haven't even gotten past the first stratum. But I watched a single video of someone playing it. And then I proceeded to get the game because it looked fun, and now I can't stop myself from playing it. And I have a feeling that's about to happen with Worlds Beyond. Anyways, here we are. Shadowverse is booting up. Is it registering? Yep, it is. Good. You can go back to opening up those packs. Here we are. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. I'll mess around with Worlds Beyond after the stream. 10 more packs. 10 more. Oh, and Jenny. I'm pretty sure I don't have 3 of those. Holy Lion Sanctum. Yep, there's just some more golds. I'm pretty sure I have those. I know I have enough Dust Shades and probably enough Kolulus. That's not how you say her name. It's Kolulu. Oops. But it's just more vials. I can use it to craft stuff, I guess. Although I don't think that matters, but, you know. collector. Have you seen my collection of cards? I don't disenchant stuff that I want. The older sets. Mainly because I play unlimited. Well, I used to. There's my Kiernanos that I wanted. Good. But I also just like having a record of all the cards I've gotten. I only get rid of extras. Yeah, now with throwback rotation, it seems like the devs are rewarding me for holding out to all my cards, although it's more so just a tie over until Worlds Beyond release, because I know it got delayed. Man, their contract just makes me remember. I think those Prime Raft days, or Raft decks, or one of the better Blood decks. I think next was probably Avarice, or oh, there's the Amy. Avarice or what's it called? There's Bloodlust. Evo, yeah, Evo, because this guy's an Evo card. Yeah. Wait, was that 2 legendaries and a 10 pack as well as the Amy leader? Damn. Maybe restarting my computer just gave me a boost in luck. Oh no, Teams, no. That always opens up automatically when I had it open because of one of my courses used it. But I don't know if any of my other courses are going to use it, so I don't want to get rid of it yet. But every time I restart my laptop, I need to close it via Task Manager. Because for some reason, it doesn't go away when you close the tab. I don't want it open. I don't care. I don't care. Alright, just 2 more. 2 more. And then I'll get my guaranteed of my choosing. Alright. I should probably test something, and that's which side of the microphone I'm actually supposed to speak into. Because, like, I have it right now where the buttons are facing me, but if I turn it around, I don't know if it actually gets quieter or louder, because I saw in some setups where it was either way around. Not entirely too sure. I think I had it the right way it sounds, or at least on OBS, the meter. It's not really a meter. It's more like the decibel counter, I guess. It goes higher when I have the buttons facing me. Yeah, I might need to open up like some software that lets me see directly what it is. I have to find something like that. This is only the first time I'm putting this mic to use, so well, I'll have plenty of time later to test this out. I should also probably mention Happy Father's Day to everyone, all the dads out there. Kind of passed my mind because I celebrated Father's Day yesterday with family. We just did it early because we didn't want to. I already had 3 Jennies. Didn't want to deal with hustle and bustle of everyone going on the same day. So just went now, for that matter. Or rather, not now, yesterday. Alright, let's see our options. I want something with a leader so it just looks like Mitleo, honestly. Which is fine. Yep. That's good. Alright, got that. Down to 300. Let's see what's in the last one from what's in the current throwback rotation. You have Ayla, Belf, and Elena. Do I have those? Wait, what class? Huh? I don't know why when I just read out those names, but my brain did not register what class they were from. Yeah. Belf is, yeah. Alright, so I have that one. Do I have the Belf? No, I don't. If I do this, I'm probably going for Ayla. I mean, here's all the stuff currently in Unlimited. The first few sets don't even have leaders. Yeah, there's Daria and Aldos. Don't have that. Don't have that. Albert, Cad, Excella. What? Okay. Don't have her yet. It was Albert. Oh, I have that one already. Who was it? Cabarrus, right. That was Chronogenesis. Here's Dawnbreak, Arya, and was it Romia? Ramina. Oh, I have that one. Don't have Arya though. This is the it's the one that adds wisps to your hand. Brigade of the Sky. It's just Spinaria. Nope. Omen, Cassiopeia, Medusa. Pretty sure I don't have these. Oh no, I do have Medusas though. Interesting. Alter Sphere, Alexiel, and Orcus. And there's been a lot over the years that you could just get from packs. Niter of Oz, Steel Rebellion, Oz and Philene. Have that one. Philene's Dragon. Don't have that one. Oh, this is when Dagon got added. Rebirth to Glory, Melissa and Aisha. That's a no and no. Verdant Conflict. This might have been when I started. Liza and Mono. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it is, because I don't have temp copies of all the legendaries here. One of which is you. Don't have. And everyone. Oh, I do have Liza's though. Yeah, let me just check. Do I have temp copy? Oh no. Maybe it was here when I started. Rebirth to Glory. Wrong button here, because yeah, I have temp. Yeah, when you start, you get one temp copy of all the legendaries from the previous sets that was it not in rotation? Because if it was not in rotation, then I would have started in World Uprooted or Fortune's Hand. Like, Fortune's Hand is when Reveal stuff got added, right? I remember when that came in. I think it is. Well, no. If it was Reveal, then Reveal's a bit after, is it not? Reserve and Brand, Order Shift, Darkness. There it is. Yeah. Because I remember that. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are in rotation at a time? 1, 2, 3. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we think. Start with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would have started Fortune's Hand first set, afterwards was Storm over Reveal. That would have been around when I started playing, I think. Yeah. I checked this one already, right? Yeah. Oh, I checked that one too. Ultimate Coliseum, Kyoka and Miyako. Both of which are gold servants, actually. Or gold cards, rather. Don't have that one. Miyako's Shadow. They're both pre-Kane tie-ins. I have that one, though. Dion, Galmio, Aenea. Oh yeah, of course it was around here when I started. It was an ad for Aenea that I saw that got me to start playing the game. I think I was playing Bandori at the time. And it just goes to show how long ago this was, because I don't have a tablet anymore to play that game. I was playing Bandori, and I think I watched an ad and saw an ad for Shadowverse. And then that's when I installed it on the tablet and started playing there, and it was only like a year later when I installed it on the family computer so I could play there as well. What were... Right, Dion, Galmio, Aenea. Don't have that one, don't have that one. And I do have Vayner, go figure. Let's see. I didn't check. Fortune's Hand. Tail, I do have that one. Lapis and Lish. Lapis, have that one. Lishiana, I have that one. Yep. I only did 271 packs of Fortune's Hand. I got fairly lucky there, huh? Ladika, Valdane, Tsubaki. Bonus already obtained. Bonus already obtained. I don't have Tsubaki though. Quan, Rolla, Yuzuki. No Quan, no Rolla, no Yuzuki. Eternal Awakening was the Grand Blue tie-in. Omnis, Jinsetsu, Realmia. I know I have Realmia. Yeah. I have Setsu, and then another one was... Right. The Wolf. This is the anime tie-in, if I remember correctly. This was when Armed got, the legendary... Well, Armed just kinda existed from here on out, basically. Eleanor, Karenina's Tactical Doog. Eleanor and Karen. Oh, I do have that one. Eightfold Abyss. Asphalt. P.S. Katya, Wilbert. I'm pretty sure I have Wilbert, right? Because I know I have like 3 different copies that I can put on my deck. Or 3 different art versions, rather. Pierce, yeah. Who was the last one? My memory's not the greatest for quick stuff like this. Don't have Katya. Academy of Ages. Holy Saber, I know I have that one. Mars, I'm pretty sure I don't have. Maisha, I'm pretty sure I don't have. Oh no, I do have Maisha. Okay. I guess I just don't use her then. And then, yeah, no Mars. Revimbrant. Romelia, Shion, Hozumi. I think that's a no for all 3. Oh no, I do have Romelia. Okay. Oh, and I have Shion. Okay. It's odd. Thought I'd remember that. I guess not. Order Shift. This is when... Yeah, we knew the game is going to end soon because the existence of... No, where is it? Oh, wait, no, this was Fusion, right? Okay, maybe not yet. Because the cards that... Was it the Resurgent cards? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Resurgent Legends. This was when we knew the game was going to end soon because Resurgent cards just... What are you going to do with them when they come out of rotation? You can't use them in Unlimited. Also, this card fucking sucked to play against. Yeah, Maga, Barbaros, Ceridwin. No. Probably. Oh, no. Okay, I didn't have this Ceridwin. Interesting. Thought I did. Yeah, Barbaros also sucked to play against. I'd rather just loot decks. Sephi, Lumior, Illuvia. No. Lumior was Dragon? No. Oh, there's alternate art of Dark Alice here. Oh, there. Yeah. Illuvia, yeah, I have that one. Event Heroes, Departed, have that one. Signa, Kirzael. There's alternate art for this? Huh. And a lot of nostalgia here, just seeing all the old cards. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I have all 3 of those. Checks out, I did 450 free packs. Alright. I'll probably go for the Ayla. It's like Oh, no, it's 200 off. It's just a dragon leader. Did I have the maga? No, this is a no on all free, so I might do order shift. I don't have any of these. I'll go ahead and do that. It's only 120 as well, so it leaves me with 140 left. So go ahead and do this. Oh man, this procs procs your face twice, or you punch your face twice with this card. This is once again, Wrath, power creep. Normally 2-drops only ping your face once. Or, well, there was that one rush guy, I don't remember if it was before or after this set. But it was like, 2 cost, 2-1 rush, fanfare last words, deal 1 damage to your face. He was also condemned follower. He also did that, but I think it's probably the only other instance that comes to mind. And that's for like followers. I know there's that spell that pings your face twice and draws you 2 cards. Although it does have a condition where if Wrath is active, it doesn't ping your face, and if Vengeance is active, it doesn't ping your face. Oh, this is this stupid card. Why? Oh, why does this exist? Just summon 2 1/2s of ward. And with like a need to have O effect if you want, I guess. You just don't run that as a chess card. Oh, another air. I made a few videos of air because some air is kind of stupid, not gonna lie. Just with the sheer shenanigans you can do with air. Just, you know, if was it reanimate? Was there a keyword? Reanimate X? And it's the amount of time she's been spell boosted? As well as the evolve? You don't even need to evolve, it's just some things deal face damage. When they made that one legendary that does damage equal to the amount of clay golems that have entered play? Wait, no, it's clay golems or guardian golems, I'm pretty sure. You know, specifically those 2 followers, number of those. To the enemy's face, and then they reduced its cost down to make it a 5/5 instead of a 7 cost 7/7. That was incredible. Is this what? Why don't I remember this card? Okay. I guess people didn't. That's the second slaughtering this pack. Wow. I never pulled that card before that. No. I'm pretty sure, anyways. Otherwise, I would have run it because that's a pretty good 1-drop that just fills in your curve all the time. Leon and Alfie. Grave Void Knight. I also just realized that card is basically Click P from, although it's a bit more interesting than Click P, I'll be honest, just with Accelerate on it. Also Grave Void Knight. I'm pretty sure that's the second time I mentioned that in the same pack. Also, Prey Conviction's a good card. It's just a good card. Oh no, it wasn't the first time I got that card. Okay. I have 3 of them now. Cool. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Click P from PvZ Heroes. Yeah, similar idea. Different execution though. Another Rosalie, damn. Oh yeah, Celestial Command, dirt decks. This was the era of dirt decks, I believe. What was their name? It's the 4-cost free for you confuse a rune follower to it to... I think it was summon a Magi-Seti? Magical Sediment. Not add one to allied stack and play. Pretty sure it summoned the amulet to add one. But also had Fanfare E-Right give your leader effect at the end of a player's turn. Summon a Guardian Golem? with free activations. And that was used to aggro because it activated on the end of your opponent's turn, which would summon it, go to your turn, and then it would be able to hit face. Because technically it's been in play for a turn. Yes, that is how that mechanic works. Another Goddess of Compassion. This one's good for ramp. Yeah. Oh, its fusion was also just really good. The transmute. I remember Dragon decks would use that as well as that condemned 7 cost. What was it, 5/10 or something like that? Or it's like, minus 5/5 to everything on the board, heal yourself for 5. It was all enemy followers actually, not it didn't hit your own. I'm pretty sure. But that combined with that other card, you just stay alive forever. Infamy, sure. Meow's Gourmand. Oh, the days of Evolve Haven. Really? Triple worm crafting. This is also the era of defense buffing for Dragon. This was summoned too, guys, right? Yeah. It was also healing. Holy Serpent's Blessing. Yeah, this was, I'm pretty sure it was an amulet OTK you can do with, that 6, was it Holy Falcon? Something Holy Falcon? 6 cost 4/4 Storm. If you had 5 crystallizes, it refunds 2 play points. But it also had its own crystallize. It was like, 1 cost crystallize, last words deal 2 to an enemy follower, random enemy follower. Countdown 2. Oh, this guy's also in play as well. But also added itself back to your hand. So you could just spam that. I mean, there's also a card. It was really expensive, but it was... it subtracts 1 from the countdown from amulets to come into play. And whenever an amulet's destroyed, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. So you have 2 of those in play, and then you just play it and it instantly pops out. And you just get to do that forever. That was an OTK on 9, I believe. 9 play points. This guy, he transmuted into something that draws 5 cards and makes them cost 0. That I believe that was what most people tried to use him for. That was fun, just big decks. Or rather, your deck is filled with a bunch of cards that cost a lot. I believe that was also what Imagination realized would be used in that deck, because you could just chain those together if you had enough. Yeah, Modelo. I have 4 of those now, cool. More wing beats. I don't think this was used that often, just because it required... it was just kind of bricky if you drew it late. There was just kind of like better cards to run for amulet decks. I remember the fusion spell for Sword was pretty broken when it released, because I believe it had no other conditional besides fusing to it to make it just deal free damage. Because I mean, it cost 0 after the transmute, I believe, and also summoned the guy, which was pretty stupid. It didn't draw you a card, and you were losing a card fusing to it, but it was still though free. It's a free card, so it's pretty good. And then I believe they added the condition where like you needed 10 allied followers destroyed or something in order for it to actually transmute when you fuse to it. Oh, and there's Gone Fishing, which can give you infinite cards. 2 random allied Dragoncraft cards, fused or discarded, and put them into your hand. It does not say Gone Fishing cannot be given to you via this effect. So you can get infinite copies of a single card that you want in your deck. It could be Draziel. That's that card's name, Draziel. The 7 cost ward. And it does a lot. This is also Voracious Vorma and Degenerate Dragon. Oh no, no. Wait, isn't that an infinite? Yeah, you could just fill your board with 6/8s with fishing in the Degen Dragon. Yep. A very cool card. Yeah, that's just a combo that you can do. Just fill your board with 6/8s on, like, I don't know, it depends how quickly you ramp to 10. But, I mean, for Dragon, it can happen pretty quickly because you tend to have access to a lot of ramp, especially in the later years of this game. There's always like 3 or 4 different cards that ramp you that you could just shove into your deck, and now like a quarter of your deck is ramp. Winged Brilliance. I know it says whenever you play an amulet, subtract 1 from its countdown. Did I change that? I could have sworn that used to say whenever an allied amulet comes into play, subtract 1. Could have sworn that was the case. Maybe it was a different amulet that said that, and it didn't actually do that. It was whenever you play one. Maybe they just changed that text in a patch, and I didn't realize there's another Modelo. That's the 5th one. Silver Snipe. Oh, it's random. I was about to say, free damage is a lot for a 1 cost. If Wrath is active. It pings you as well if Wrath isn't active, so it's just a good card, judging from the sound of it. And it could deal damage as well. Iris, I remember my forest deck with this. Soaring Spirit does something funny. It reduces X from the cost of all forest cards in hand and deck, X being the number of different allied forest craft cards fused this match, and it's an 8-drop. So if you get that number up to, I don't know, let's say 9, and you happen to have a lot of draw cards in your deck, and they all happen to be forest, and forest also has access to other fusion cards, so that's how you do this. You also have to make sure your deck is kind of Highlandery. You can only run dupe copies of specifically Iris, because you can fuse that as well, because you're playing one, so you can get away with having 2 in your deck for more consistency, as well as not breaking when you draw the second one. But you do that, and you run an Oberon in your deck. Actually, you can run 2 Oberons too, because you're playing one as well. You're playing an Oberon, so you can fuse to everyone. Or, if you get lucky and don't need to do that, you can draw into both and play both, and then you just OTK your opponent. And there's a few other ways to get damage in that deck as well. Overall, pretty strong, because you just kind of control the match until turn 8, and then you win by just throwing down tons of cards, drawing out your entire deck, and then playing like 2 or 3 Oberons. Usually you don't need to. You have a few AoEs in that deck as well. There are some cards that you can fuse to that. I believe there was a free cost spell that you can fuse to, and it transmutes into a 7 cost that deals 6 AoE and draws you 6 cards. So you fuse everything into that, then except your 8-drop that you played to discount everything. You play that, then you play the card that draws you 6 cards, so it clears their board, it draws you 6, and then you just keep playing cards to draw you cards until you get your Oberons. And if you fuse one Oberon away, it's fine, because you have 2 more in the deck if you run free. I believe I ran free. That sounds like something I would do. But yeah, there's a few other ways to get damage. I know Oberon's... It's 9/9 Storm can ward and attacks twice per turn, I believe, on Evolve. And it has Fanfare evolved as follower. So, yeah, fairly strong. I mean, I could double check it when I check the collection. Yeah, those were fun. I know, also there's that 1/2 drop that you can fuse to, and if you fused a single card and it costs more than 2, it gets shuffled back into your deck. So that was nice for not losing like an Oberon, or if another draw card if you really wanted that card in your deck, you can do that. You just have to make sure not to fuse that card again later down the road, because then it doesn't count towards your discounts for later. And there was a Gilgamesh as well I just got there. 7 cost, Fanfare Destroy 2. It also has Storm, and I believe it summons an Enkidu as well. Yeah. On my FGO account, I also have Enkidu, but not Gilgamesh, which is fine. I have Minamoto no Tamatoma, which I mean, he's been serving me well, especially with a current event going on. I've been using everyone that's leveled up, pretty much. Which is, pretty much almost every five... Oh, it's every 5-star I have. Almost every 4-star I have. There's 2 4-stars I don't have leveled up. And that's Lakshmi Bai, who I just don't have the resources to level up. And there's also Helena Blavatsky, which I also don't have the resources to level up. But I'm pretty sure she's also support, so I don't know how much damage I'm going to be able to deal with her. Like the other... Well, I could pair her along damage dealer and just, make some of the harder fights go a bit more smoothly. Instead of just doing, here's my leveled up unit plus a bunch of level 1 fodders because I'm trying to bond farm as well. Or at least, get a bit of extra bond in there thanks to the event Cs. But, yeah, those 2. And then I believe there's only really like 1 free star that I'm using. I have a bunch of 1 and 2s leveled up. Mainly because I just had some spare resources and I wanted to get that done because they don't take too much to level up. Get some free Saint Quartz from hitting Ascension 4. I mean, I could technically make use of Arash, I guess, as like a sub DPS. If he lives long enough, he can pop his NP and get like a cool like 30k on everyone. But, yeah, for the most part, the only other one I've been using is Jufu, and I know she's technically a support, but if there's, like, a foreigner that needs to get beaten up, boy, is she the person for the job. She just doesn't die. You get to bash her face in. I mean, I soloed Ortiz Balbo with her anyways, so it's just good. I can't wait for, when the banner for Oberon comes around, because then I can actually start farming some stages. Or like one-turning that Caster Liz fight on the Ordeal Call Bleached Earth map. I'm like 2 or 3 turning it, depending on my card draw. But with Oberon, I should be able to just one-turn it with Ryder Kentucky. Because right now I'm just using Waver, Lady Avalon, and a support Summer Scotty. And then I know later this summer, there's Untold Kick, the sword fusion I was talking about. Legendary Kick. Oh no, it does draw a card, right. That's why I was strong, because it was the original one that summons a guy. Wait, did they revert it? What was I... Huh? I don't remember what they did to nerf this card, but I remember they nerfed it, which was nice. Where was it? Oh yeah, later this summer I know we're getting... Well, there's Summer Castoria, there's Castoria, there's Morgan, there's Summer Morgan, or also known as Ash the Savior, or as I like to say, Ace the Savior, because I don't know. That's just how I read it at first, and now I'm stuck saying it that way. Go figure. It tends to happen to a lot of people. Even if you're pronouncing it the wrong way. It's the first way you think to say it, and you just stick with that. Alright, 20 more packs. But, yeah, those are probably the things I'm looking out for. Summer Scotty's here as well, but I don't know if I have enough resources to grab her. So I'll probably wait on that. She's probably showing up next year. I can check. I know someone's made a nice graphic to show everything upcoming. Since we know from the JP end. That's the Shadow Fusion spell, right? Yeah. Yeah. It does a lot. That spell. Case Cracked is remove all effects, right? Yeah. That was a nice tech card for most decks. Like if your opponent has like too many effects on the field, or last words or wards, you just, play that, it's gone. Get to punch face, or, deny last words, or something like that. Or if it just happens to be like end of turn effect, or something mid-turn, like Kasim, you get to deny a lot. Just need to be careful. Well, I'm pretty sure there weren't any cards like that at the time. There's some that can't attack, you remove their effects, now they can attack. There's some like that. Alright, one more 10. And then I've got about 140 left. Yeah, I know I mentioned Etrian Odyssey free earlier as a game that I was playing. Yeah, I didn't. Something I like is the classes. They don't seem to be very generic, like warrior, lancer, archer, white mage, black mage, rogue type of deal. Like, they're interesting. Like, here's a sovereign, hoplite, gladiator, buccaneer, arbalist, farmer. Yes, there's the farmer's class there. There's some others as well, like monk. There's no like dedicated healing class that you would assume at first glance. Although I'm pretty sure the monk is supposed to be like one of the healing classes alongside sovereign. Well, sovereign is more like passive healing, and then like passive smaller amounts. And then the monk has a skill tree dedicated to healing. But the monk also has a skill tree dedicated to damage, which is really nice. So you can choose, do you want your monk to be like stereotypical punchy monk, or do you want your monk to be stereotypical healing monk? Or you could do a mix of both. There's some other things too. There's subclassing too. I haven't unlocked that yet though. I haven't gotten to that point in the game. Alright, let's see. I have Maga, Barbaros, Ceridwen. I'm taking Ceridwen. Nice. Alright. What's next? I have 140 left. Probably want to get a guarantee. If I can, just missing Katia from that. Don't think I want to do that. Anyone else to have like 300 in? World Uprooted? Seems like that. What about here? No. What was this one? Okay. We'll check what's in World Uprooted. Dion, Gelmio, Aenea. I believe I don't have Dion, I don't have Gelmio, and I have Aenea. Yeah, okay, I'll do this one. Sink in 80, and then I'll do like the last 40 somewhere, just see if I get lucky. Yeah, there's like Wildling, which summons beasts in battle. You know, it's like a summoner class. Holy shit, the legendary in the first card. Our first card of a first pack, it's Garuda. Yeah, and there's I don't think it was Zionist. I know it started with a Z, and that's like it's like the equivalent of Alchemist in previous games. It's kind of like a mage, pretty much, but with a cooler name. I know there's Ninja as a class as well. I got spoiled for the 2 unlockable classes later in the game, but there's Shogun and Eek Droid as well. I believe you only get one or the other, thanks to a quest, or you make a decision and that determines which class you unlock. I don't think I'm gonna use either of them though. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have my Wildling put their subclass into Gladiator, because right now they're just kind of like a frontline tank right now, and every now and then they summon a wild cow if I happen to be in a boss fight, and that's it. They just do normal attacks otherwise. My team doesn't have any damaging skills. It's all defensive, besides the Wildling, who can summon like 3 different animals, one of which doesn't even deal damage. I have 1 skill point in Mole. I have the Owl, because I think it was 4 skill points in that to unlock the cow. And I grabbed the cow, because I think that's probably going to be a decent midway between late game as well as just kind of good. I don't want to have to put like 7 skill points in a different skill to unlock the lion or tiger, because I don't think those skills are useful right now, I'll be honest. Especially since I didn't put like anything into the mole. I unlocked it in the early game just so I had something I can summon. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go all in on the wild cow, since when you summon it does like 2 to 5 hits, and it also has Paralyze, which can just absolutely win you a match. If you've played Pokemon, you know how that works. right? Chance to not act and lowers your speed. I'm pretty sure it does a similar thing here. Rune Whip Spider as well. It's supposed to be paired with Neteran trees, but I don't think anyone actually does that. Heal once rocked. Very general, very good card. Especially for Machina. But also just the bodies it summons can very easily be used for something like Krampus or... was it Grave Rider? It was 8 cost, 6/8 ambush, but has Accelerate 1, destroy an allied follower, draw 2 cards. Really good. The assembly droids are really good for those kinds of spells where you destroy an allied follower in play and you get some benefit. Like, I believe Krampus was a deal 1 damage to enemy leader, gain 2 shadows, draw a card. Something like that. Very good cards. Yeah, my hoplite is dedicated to defense. They have Provoke, they have the Self-Cleanse, and they have Bodyguard. As well as when you press the defend action, you heal. And I believe I leveled that up to the point where I'm healing 40 HP. Which means I have, I believe, 6 skill levels in that. Yeah, it's just very nice. My Sovereign mainly leveled up the passive healing if they're at full health. As well as the when you cast a spell on an ally to heal. Because all your spells are rows. They hit rows, so you're either hitting 2 or 3 people with that. Or 3 and 3 if you have a summon. But I leveled that up. I have a single skill point in guard action. So I actually have a way to heal people with that. But yeah, overall it's just, hey, end of turn, are you at full health? Everyone gets healed for like 20 health. And it's amazing. Any chip damage that gets through to Provoke is completely fine so long as it does not hit the Sovereign. The Farmer does nothing during battles, pretty much. I upgraded Lullaby a bit, so they can put themselves to sleep and have a chance to put each enemy to sleep individually. But I don't think the percent chance is like... I want to say 30% at the current level that I have it at. I think. It's pretty low. 30% sounds too high now that I think about it. It might be lower than that. It's only high enough to get Rotten Egg, because that's a spell that lowers an enemy's attack, and I really want that. But other than that, I just have the collection skills. Another heal once rocked, okay. I have the collection skills. I maxed out the XP bonus skill for, everyone gets bonus XP at the end of combat if you're alive. Got that. And I also put in enough points to get the skill to market, which can be used outside of combat to instantly teleport you back to town, so now I never have to worry about backtracking. Or out of a dungeon anyways. So yeah, they don't do like anything during combat right now until I get more levels, but yeah. They're really handy. Who else do I have in the back? Oh yeah, my Monk, which is kind of like the single target healer, or if someone takes a huge hit and they, it's not the Hoplite because the Hoplite can just press defend. Or maybe if like the Hoplite needs to reuse their Provoke because it's about to run off, I'll, use the healing spell on them. It heals like 50 health, which is insane considering it only has like 6 levels, I think, in the healing spell. Actually, no, it's less than that. It's not much in the healing spell, it's already a lot. But I got that. I have the Resurrect spell on them. I don't think I'm going to give them damage skills anytime soon. I upgraded Refresh into Unbind skill so that they hit a row. Before it was just single target, now it hits a row. Another Ulane Grand Magus. He's supposed to be used with trees, but you can also use him with Earthright stuff. You can tell he's supposed to be used with trees because he's Natura. Yeah. The trees, I guess it can work out, because you can get some of them to cost 0 and you just save it for when you play them. But the free damage AoE on him is really nice. But that requires you getting free amulets while he's in play. And Lord knows your opponent's clearing him. He's only a 1/1, and with a stat buff he becomes a 2/2. It's very easy to clear. You can name your characters in Etrian Odyssey free. I'm pretty sure you can in other games as well. I just haven't played them, so I don't know. But each character, oh, for each class, there's 5 portraits, and each portrait has an alt version. So, plenty of options. But one of the characters for the hoplite kind of, like vaguely, like extremely vaguely, looked like Ilya from the Fate series, so I named her Ilya. And then my wildling looks like Karna, so I named her Karna. Yes, her. All the wildlings, like gear, makes them look like Karna, so I just chose the one I liked and then named them Karna. The monk looks like Shauna from Shakugan no Shauna because of her red hair and just kind of the way it's... That was a lot of legendaries I just passed by, didn't I? Cool. My sovereign's named Greed because they look like King of Greed from Lockcourt. I don't know. Do 10. Do 10. Alright. And then, my farmer's named Alice because they look like Alice from Alice in Wonderland, kind of. And that's really funny because that video I saw with Etrian Odyssey free, well, technically that person only has 2 videos on Etrian Odyssey. And then the first one was just, here's a combo where a healer can, like, one-shot bosses. It just requires that you have 2 other healers on the team. And yes, free healers do make a DPS team in Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold. But the other video was, here's the Etrian Odyssey games, and here's, like, my recommendations for which ones to start with and whatnot. And, he basically led off with, do not play 1 as your first. Do not play 1. Yeah. Etrian Odyssey 3 was the most recommended for PC games, because the older ones are for DS, and I don't have a DS. So, I'm starting with that. And in some of his B-roll footage, I noticed he had a team of 5 farmers, all with the same portrait as the one I was using, and all with the same name as the one I was using. So it's like, what about that portrait makes people think Alice? It's probably the Alice in Wonderland connection, but it was really funny seeing him just roll up with a team of 5 farmers against, I believe, like a post-game boss. It looks like a post-game boss. I'd be very scared if it wasn't a post-game boss. But he just rolls up with 5 farmers, all named the same thing. They all look the same as my own. If that wasn't already funny enough, them being the same as my own just made it even funnier. Yeah, overall, I'm doing good. 2 courses I'm in are coming to a close. Technically, they're already over, but for one of my papers, I have until Monday to submit that. So of course, I'm gonna take my time, make sure it's good. And then there's also a take-home exam I need to fulfill by the 26th. So I'll do that, and then my next summer course starts on July 2nd. So I'll be busy once again. So, ironically enough, I stream the most when I'm actually at university instead of at home. It's weird, I don't get it, but yeah. Maybe it's because I'm spending more time, like, with family and stuff that I'm not, And then when I'm actually at school, I get all my work done as soon as possible, and then it's like, well, I'll stream, I guess, or I procrastinate and go, I'll stream, I guess. Yeah. Award options. I don't want it. Dion Galmio. I think I'd take Galmio here. I think I like her better. Yeah. Alright, I have 68 packs left. Where do you want to go? I got 68 packs. I don't have Katya, right? I can try and YOLO for her, because I do like Wrath just in general. Yeah. Yeah, I'm. Why did I click that button? I'm free to play. I I don't make purchases in games. That's like a creed of mine. Every gacha I've played, I just don't spend $1. Precane, Lost Word, Ride Zero is technically a gacha, I guess. Witch Weapon. Oh god, I missed that game. FGO, Shadowverse, I guess, if you count that. GFL 2. Limbus Company. I just don't spend money in games of microtransactions. I just don't. It's just not my way. I get pride out of doing it free to play. Well, doing good in the game and being free to play. It's just like a show of skill, I suppose. Or just playing the game long enough as well. But, yeah. Yeah, here's the armed set, you can tell. Yeah, Last Words as well, I remember this card being used. The Spartois soldiers, all of Last Words. So, he also gets 2 damage face. It's just a lot. With your 5/5 body being behind 2 1/4 wards. Also, both the free to condemned dragon followers that give you ramp. I saw those there. If they're conditional of playing a condemned on the previous turn, so they had a bunch of like 1-cost accelerates to help you out with it. Or even like a 1-cost Last Words add itself back to hand. Had Rush too. They're all very nice for activating that effect. Sacred Sheep, nice. You probably don't want free of these in your deck, but it's still... You can run like a 2 of for this, because the shield every turn's nice, as well as the Evo Banish. And Haven tends to have expendable Evos. Well, no, it depends on what set you're playing, because you might have like a few things that you want to Evo for because it gives you leader effects. Although, depending on the set, you might also have a way to gain back Evos, or Evo points, or a way to cheat out free Evos if they have an effect on them that lets you evolve them for 0 play points, or a different card that gives them the ability to evolve for 0 play points. There's the Dragon Ramp card I was talking about. Sacrosanct Temple was great as well. Good early game defense, because they just can't punch your face, so you get your rain to just play more amulets. Man, all the different effects for all the sets, they have to make a new one every time. Ah, Loot. I hate you. Yeah, Loot is condemned as well. I believe most of the Loot cards are condemned. Or at least the ones that came with a set that actually made it an archetype. For like the pirates and stuff. Because I know there's some old loot cards that's like, oh, Clash game +1/+1, add a loot card to your hand, or what was it, Ambush and Strike, add a loot card to your hand. I know those are on the older end, so they weren't condemned, but yeah. I know the Force Condemned set was all about the amount of times you were able to have 4 cards played in a turn. And then, Makachio's the big payoff where it just gives them all stats and Storm. Merveil's an interesting card. I feel like if you don't have any ever 1-drops, you can just run this, as well as it has a nice enhanced 6 effect, or if you're, losing, you could just slap that down and no, I'm not. I hope you have a way to deal free damage, not through attacking, to clear this, otherwise it's just going to chip away at your face, or get free trades on your lower health minions, or lower attack minions rather, because you generally want to keep that card alive. Anything that can't be attacked is very valuable. And I believe in Worlds Beyond they're giving that a new keyword as Intimidate. They also made the next time this you receive damage, or this follower receives damage, reduce it to 0. They're changing that to Barrier. as a keyword. So they're just turning stuff that we already know, reducing the amount of text on a card by just making it a keyword, which is very nice. Those are the first two that come to mind. I don't know if they did any others. They might do like return a card to hand as like bounce instead. And then if they wanted to add it to, like, if you they could make that keyword bounce. Although I don't know if that'll be infringing on Hearthstone. I don't remember if Hearthstone used bounce or if they used return. But they could do like they could just go to a thesaurus and choose a different word, right? Like it could be like bounce it back to hand, or just like bounce an allied card, or if it says bounce a card in play, or I could do bounce an enemy card, or bounce an enemy card added to your hand, or and add it to your hand, not just add it to your hand. Or it could be bounce an enemy card, add a copy of it to your hand. And there's also a new mechanic where like stat changes stick, right? Or, well, presumably stat changes stick, but we know spell boost sticks. If it gets shuffled back into your deck and you draw it, thanks to new, was Dimensional Rift, I think that card was called, the 18 cost spell boost with Daria on the cover art, where it shuffles your deck, or shuffles your hand into your deck, draws you 5 cards, spell boost them 5 times. If you had cards in your hand that were previously spell boosted, when you draw them, they'll still be spell boosted. Which they clarified somewhere. I remember hearing it in an Igni video that they clarified that somewhere. And presumably that also means stuff like a hand buff will stick as well, like that. And whenever you make a copy of a card, it's like an actual copy, not a base copy. So they're fundamentally changing a few things about the game. So, like, if you have a card where it's like discard it, add a copy of it to your deck, or they don't need to do that. They can just say shuffle it into your deck now, because of how the copy system works. Yeah, a few things are changing, and I suppose if they want to re-mimic the old version, they could just say base copy or something along the lines of that, or reverted stats or changes to the card. They could say that. Also makes me think about bounce, or like returning stuff to hand. Let's say you have a 2/2 on the board, but it's damaged, so it's a 2/1, and you bounce it. Will it still be damaged in hand? Like, if it gets stat changes on the board, will it have those stat changes in hand? Like, if it's damaged, if it's damaged in hand, I expect stat changes to stick. Otherwise, you get some weird interactions. But if you bounce and you get a base copy back, that would also be fine, because it'll be a lot less of a headache, I'll be honest. Like that. I'm pretty sure that's the way Sap works in Hearthstone as well, that the one rogue 2-cost spell that returns an enemy's minion back to hand. That's what they're called in Hearthstone, right? Minion? It's been a long time since I ever touched Hearthstone. I think last time I touched Hearthstone, or first and last time I started in pretty quickly, was when they had it was Dalaran Heist, I believe, because I just wanted to play the story mode, and then I realized you needed to grind gold, and then they changed the way you get gold, so I couldn't do that anymore. So, I just stopped pretty quickly. I like the story mode there. Shadowverse kind of implemented something similar to that. Of like similar deck building and overpowered stuff in one of their events, but I do want to see them just do something a bit more akin to a roguelike, where you get multiple fights, you get multiple relics, you could just keep stacking, and because it's up against an AI, they can make the AI super strong, they can make the relics super strong, and just make it feel really good that way, where you get to go on an absolute power trip, but your opponents are also power tripping because they could just boost the shit out of AI to compensate. Yeah, his decks, they has HP pool, their starting play points. They could even just have like hacked cards, or the enemy can have passives too. I didn't get anything out of that as well. But that's fine. Like, I just think, you know, that'd be neat. They could even just do that for the single player, where, holy shit, that's a lot of vials. You know, they just jack it out like that. Maybe not with that wording, but, you know. Spiff out. That. Probably say reduce, amulets. Ooh, I don't think reduce was the word. I'll throw in countdown. We'll see what pops up. Because I know there's something. Subtract, that's the wording they use. Subtract. Alright. And I'm pretty sure it was Haven. We'll see. There was it this? I'm gonna replay one. I really thought this was whenever one comes into play, it subtracts one. Why did it move over? I could have sworn that there was an amulet that did that. Or like whenever one comes into play, that's what it read. And then I know I tried to do something with that. I'll show what that something was in a sec, but yeah. I could have sworn that was the case. Oh yeah, here's the card. Whenever you play an enemy, subtract 1 from its countdown. Deal 2 damage to enemy leader when one is destroyed. Yeah. Okay, well, the goal was Seraph. The goal was Seraph. Play Seraph or the amulet, and it just instantly gets destroyed over and over again until it's, you know, auto win. That's not Seraph. Where is she? That's blood. There she is.
Prayers, give light unto my wings. I will be your light.
Where's the... No, not that. It's this. What I do...
And so our prayers become victory.
That's the title of one of my videos, because I actually won a Seraph Lapis Glory Bee. A Glory Bee.
And so our prayers become victory.
And that's the voice line for when you win. And it's just a little something I like pointing out. Because I don't think anyone's actually won a vet card in recent times. Magna Legacy that was shown in the trailer. I feel like there's some other... Oh yeah, there's Oberon. 9 cost. Fanfare Evolve. Storm Ward. Oh, it was 8/8, not 9/9. Can't attack twice per turn. And then, oh, I might as well search for it. Oh, I have an 8 cost. So it was Forest Spell. Free cost, I'm pretty sure. There it is. This one. Rain of Arrows. This was used in my Forced Fusion deck. Forced Fusion Highlander combo deck. Kind of Highlander, not really. 6 more cards are fused to this. At once transmute it into Deluge of Arrows. Beforehand it's just this, deal 3, or deal 6 damage. Instead draw a card, Deluge. Draw cards until there are 7 in your hand, then deal X damage to all enemies. X equals number of cards drawn. Right, that's how it worked. So it doesn't draw you 6, it draws until there are 7, and if you fuse everything except Iris into your hand, play Iris, play this, your hand's empty, you draw 7. And then now your opponent's on 13 if it didn't increase their max HP, and then you could just kill them with an Oberon. And every deck, or every card you ran in that deck drew you cards. So yeah, you had stuff like, I don't know if it was in rotation, but you would have stuff like Fruits of Wisdom. There's one other card that vividly comes to mind. And it's this one, Friendly Embrace, but if we're just talking 2 drops as well, there was also a Cleaver Cat and Windbloom Sylph. I don't think this one was ran. But yeah, there's plenty of ways to do that. Very easily. If this was in rotation, Verdant Protection would be run. You always have the Forest Follower on the field. I'm pretty sure Canon was run as well because she gives you a fair and you confuse that. This was probably run, let's be honest, it draws you a card and gives you cards back into your hand. If it was Fanfare draw a card, you get to proc that again. If she was in rotation, she was almost definitely being run. Like, yeah. That was great. I don't know if I ran 1 ofs or 2 ofs of everything in the deck, because I might have wanted to play some of them instead of just fusing them. I'm pretty sure Raccoon Enchanter was in rotation at the time, so that would have been in a deck. Spirit of Spring, if it was. I remember Merchant Wood of a Wood being in a deck, because I remember trying to meet a conditional to evolve it, so I can clear something on the combo turn. Yeah, Reign of Arrows, obviously, Life Banquet was probably in there. These free cards, Harvest Season, Life Banquet, Force Remedies, if they were in rotation, they would be run. Right, anything that draws you cards. Yeah, as long as it costs less than 9, you're fitting it into the deck. And of course, the draw's not reliant on an Accelerate. Although honestly, stuff like Forest Eater was probably run, although as a 1 of, maybe 2 of. 1 to play for the Accelerate before fusing, and 1 to fuse. Or, not before fusing, before playing the Transmuted Iris. Warden as well. These, King of Vines probably as well. These were the stuff that, you know, Xeno Sagittarius, if that was there. These were the cards that, you know, you want to play before you drop your discount, because then, you know, you're playing a 0 cost free for your Storm, or 0 cost 5 damage AoE, 2 5/5s of Ward. That's still really strong with your entire deck costing 0. But yeah, that deck was a favorite of mine, and I don't remember where I got that deck idea. It was either from a YouTube video or someone killed me with that deck, and then I proceeded to use that deck for the entire rest of the set. It was great. But yeah, until the 17th, this will be all. Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to link accounts when that time happens, so I'll probably do that on stream, but, you know, not show my screen. That's probably a good idea. But yeah, until then, happy camping, I guess, for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. This will be the last time we see Shadowverse 1.0. Well, the first game anyways. Maybe not 1.0, they probably have multiple versions of this, now that I think about it. But yeah, this is goodbye. I mean, this was a good game, although I'll be honest, some of their card printing decisions in like the final rotation were questionable. Although they did also make that decision thinking that the game wouldn't be up much longer, because I'll be honest, that 1 8-cost legendary spell that they printed should not have been printed. It made Unlimited completely unplayable for the entire rest of this game's duration. Because why does this exist? They nerfed it later, but why? 'Cause this used to be start of turn, right? So turn 4, you just play this, and then, oh, hey, OTK. Now it's end of turn, so second player's turn 5 is the earliest they can play it. But even then, that's all Unlimited breaks down to. It's play this card, win. And, you know, get a bit lucky with your discards. And, yeah, important thing to mention, it's random ally followers or amulets as well. I know some people did some funny stuff with that. But, yeah. I think there's like one class that can survive against a combo for that, and that's probably Haven, just because of Repose. Limiting the amount of damage you can take to free, for instance. Yeah. This game means a lot to me. So, I'm very excited for Worlds Beyond. And with that being said, I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? The 17th? Yeah. Yeah.